Yeah, now I can see that.
Okay, so it's quite clear, right? Because
Yes.
okay, so I'll tell you about. So have you come across? Okay, you know you have background on ERP and Peoplesoft HR and everything. Do you have a background about all
No,
those things?
no, I don't have any knowledge
Okay,
on
okay,
these.
so fine. Okay, so PeopleSoft is basically a ERP product. Okay, so
Okay.
ERP is enterprise resource planning. Okay, there are major ERP products in the market. That is HR, CRM, that is human resources, for finances, financial applications, CRM applications, and ELM applications. That is learning management system. They use ERP. So big corporates, um, they use ERP as a single source of truth to manage the entire employee data in the application. That is called as the HR ERP system. Okay, there are many products in the market, but PeopleSoft is one of the best HR products. That is right now. That's like, you know, it's been in existence for very long, and now Oracle has taken over it, and it's in the HR space. It's one of the best PeopleSoft, best products. Okay, so there are see, HR is generally what's happening is when an employee joins a company. Okay, the process of employee joining the company is called as what? Recruitment, right? Are you with me, Chandrika?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so and the what the employee goes through the entire life cycle in an organization, from the hire to the termination. What are the business processes a employee goes through? It's all captured as business process in ERP, in Peoplesoft HR. Okay,
Okay.
so basically when a person joins, it's a hire. Okay, so during the hire process, probably what they will do is they will enter the employee's data, that is as a personal data gets captured in the system. That is employee's name, address, phone number, email address, the national ID, everything gets captured in as a personal data. And then comes the job data, where, you know, everybody's job information is captured in the, that's the job data in Peoplesoft HR is the most important component. Okay,
Okay.
and so job data contains where the person works, that is which work location, what is the job code, what is the job description the person is assigned. Like for example, you are working, right? Which area are you working with? Like what's your work location in US, Chandrika?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, right? So
Yes.
your work location is Atlanta, and you are your what's your job code? Probably you're a Peoplesoft technical consultant there, so that's your
Yes.
job code. And then what's the what's the department you're tagged at? So the department that you will be working is most probably will be HRIT. You'll be
Okay.
supporting the IT services of the HR, right?
Okay.
So mostly it will be HRIT department you will be working in, and then your compensation and your benefits and all those details will be captured in the Peoplesoft HR system.
Okay.
Okay, so what are the main business process? Probably it will be like, you know, whatever an employee goes through during the organization, during their stint with the organization, those are the business processes for which you will be doing customizations or implementations in HR applications. Okay, so
Okay.
say for example, and what are the things that employee goes through? An employee might go through, you know, work location change, or they would get a transfer, or they will get an international assignment, or they would get a pay change, or they would get a promotion. All these things are typical things that a person goes through, right, in an organization.
Yes.
So all these things are captured in the HR system. Okay, and probably, and there are other modules also, like, you know, benefits, I don't know for which particular module you will be going and doing the technical things, but generally the Peoplesoft HR means it covers all the business process from hire to termination of an employee, as simple as that, Chandrika. Okay. And how we are going to implement it, what is there behind it, behind the scenes, it's all the technical development, which I'm going to take you through right now. Okay.
Okay.
So the most important thing about so I gave you a little about ERP and Peoplesoft introduction. Okay. So here I'll be telling about, you know, Peoplesoft internet architecture. Okay. So Peoplesoft internet architecture is, see you are an IT student, right? So basically in the technical, you know, you have a web browser. Okay, the entire Peoplesoft application will be launched by the users through an web browser, right? An IE or a Chrome they would use to launch the web browser, the Peoplesoft application, right? And then probably that request goes through a web server, and then it goes to a it will goes through an application server. An application server is where all the entire business logic is in Peoplesoft, and then finally it connects to the database server where the entire data resides, right? So Chandrika, you understand database, right? Oracle databases. You are good with all the queries, SQLs and all.
Yes, I worked on MySQL, so yeah.
Okay, that's good. So most of the Peoplesoft application generally they have Oracle as their database. Okay, mostly. Sometimes they may use other SQL servers, but most cases they use only Oracle. Okay, so the Peoplesoft internet architecture is a 3-tier architecture. Okay, so it's a web server, the application server, and the database server. That's the 3-tier application architecture. Okay, and then I will take you through every development tool. Okay, so see, obviously Peoplesoft application, if you launch it, you will see, like any web application, you will see the pages, or how things are being built. So the entire how to build those Peoplesoft pages, right? Those are very important for you, because probably in most cases you will be going and supporting a Peoplesoft application. Okay, either as a in the as a critical enhancement, or as in as in a production support. What project are you getting into, Chandrika? Are you getting into a production support project or into a critical enhancement project?
It is a conversion project.
It's a conversion project?
Yes.
It's a data conversion project?
Yes.
Are they then I think okay, then are they moving from some other ERP to Peoplesoft ERP now?
They are moving people from Peoplesoft to some other ERP.
Okay, so they're moving from Peoplesoft to another Oracle Fusion or something, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why they are looking at all these conversion tools, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I will cover your training based on that. Okay, so I'll tell you about how to build these things, and then what are these fields, records, pages, components, menus. These are underlying technical jargons that you should know as a Peoplesoft developer. Okay,
So will you
and then
show Peoplesoft like in that development tool, or like will you just say the what theoretical part?
what is it, Chandrika? Can you come
Will
again?
you
Your voice
show
is
like
breaking.
how to create, like how to create these fields, records, and pages in the system, or like you'll tell them theoretically?
Okay, so how me obviously when I give the presentation, I give it theoretically, and I show how it looks and all those things. But as such, what my students generally do is, Peoplesoft, the technical students who are want to do it, they generally install Peoplesoft client in their software, okay, in their computer. Once they install it after the class, they generally go and do a start their practical sessions, and before the next theory class they come back and they ask me questions and I guide them on all those things, right? So it has to be both theory and practical, right? So but
Yeah.
then you have that Peoplesoft software in your system? Have you installed anything?
No, I didn't install it.
Okay, so how this works, right, Chandrika? Peoplesoft installation is generally done by a PS admin team.
Okay.
Okay, so Peoplesoft, you will have different people performing different roles in a Peoplesoft project. Okay, one is
Yeah.
the functional consultant. Okay,
Mhm.
you know a functional consultant. You understand a functional consultant or a business analyst?
Yes. Yes.
They
Yes.
interact with the business, they know PeopleSoft functionally, they convert the client requirements into how it has to be implemented in PeopleSoft. They give it to the technical team. The technical team understands from the BA and they implement it. And the entire PeopleSoft will be supported by another team called as the PS admin team. Okay,
Okay.
and they called as the environmental maintenance team, because since PeopleSoft has a very heavy three-tier architecture, it's not like other small tools like PHP or a VB and all those things, right, which you can install and write code. SNI, it's not like that. So you have to actually you need a PS admin. So Chandrika, are you looking at a practical
Yeah.
would you be doing things practically to understand things?
Yeah. I want the practical knowledge so that like it won't
Practical
be.
knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll connect you to the to my PS admin person who will actually install it for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, in your laptop. But then he will charge separately, Chandrika.
Okay.
Okay, so he'll spend some time. He
Oh,
does remote installations also. You can quickly connect to him because you do not have time, right? You hardly have any time, right?
yes.
So you have to connect to him very fast and get it installed. Once it's installed, then as and when I am taking the session, you can share your you know the development instance that you have installed in your computer, and I can quickly tell you about these things.
Okay.
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 Okay, so the fields, records, pages, components, menu, these are the basic PeopleSoft development tools. You have to understand this before your 12th November. Then you have the application engine. It's a very important thing, application engine. Okay, so application engine is see, PeopleSoft has two things. One is online processes and batch processing. There are two things. Okay. So online processing is, see, whatever that say, for example, a recruitment module. If you are a new joiner to your company, right? You're joining on 12th November as
Yes.
a contractor. Okay.
Mm.
So basically, your details have to be entered into the system, right? Because you
Yeah.
will be starting work on 12th, right? So all those things are online. Somebody will take your information and some admin will input your information online so that your details get saved, right? And your work starts on 12th of November, so that they enter your contracts from starting from 12th, so that you get paid right also, right?
Yes.
So all those information, whatever you give, will be entered by an admin team. Okay. But then there could be other things. People have such a big ERP system that there are other big processes that has to be run. So if a person is entering an organization, okay, then probably there are other details that have to be flown. Like, for example, the core HR is in PeopleSoft, but the payroll is in some other vendor, for example. Then your details have to be flown to the payroll vendor as well, right?
Yes.
Your details has to be gone to the benefit system. maybe they could have benefits in some other system, right? So which means your data has to be passed to many other applications. Those are not online. They all are scheduled overnight to flow the data from one application to another application seamlessly, so that all the all the benefits and all the business does not get impacted. Okay, so
Yeah.
all the batch processing, that is anything that gets scheduled overnight and it's run for a lot of people, those are all done by application engine. Okay, so that's called batch processing, so I'll cover that in detail. So your major thing of your people code, people tools, application engine, inside this application engine you will learn how to use file layouts, okay, how to do component interfaces and all those things. So basically when I cover these topics, you will be good for your 12th November start. Okay,
Okay.
and after that, what are the important things that you should know will be application packages, user interface, fluid user interface. Okay, how ERP gets implemented on a mobile system as well. Okay,
Okay.
these are latest things which you should be aware of in PeopleSoft. And then the people code, basically the entire coding. Okay, what is the code? Like you would have learned Java. Do you know Java? C, C++, Java?
Yes.
Any
Yes.
coding languages?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so if you know those coding languages, then it's easy. Do you know VB? Any chance? Have you worked on Visual Basic?
No.
Okay, so but then you understand logic, right? You understand for loop, if loop, while loop,
Yes.
and all those
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
right? So all those
I
codings
did
will
the
be done in
Java.
people code, and I'll tell you how to do things there. Okay,
Okay.
and in PeopleSoft it's a little different. You need to understand a lot of events where you have to write what people code. Okay, so that's the most important thing. So I'll tell you that. So
Okay.
the main topics that you need before 12th will be the application designer development tools, the
Okay.
application engine, and the people